Hello, everybody. I think we are live. Yes, we are live. We are going through the Elixir tutorial. Why for an hour, by the way. I'm sure if you can hear me. Can you hear me? All right. And why? Because my website is built with HTML and CSS, very basic, and it's hosted here in Elixir, in which they are offering some Elixir and Phoenix hosting. And since I have some ideas that I want to implement or show or share with you, I have the need to probably make uh, this application, which is not a web application, it's the website, uh, uh, to be able to separate several ideas like the website and some applications, some other application with an entry point. And Elixir have umbrella projects for that matter. Okay, umbrella projects. Okay, and they have explaining. They are explaining what's all about. Here it is the configuration, and I want to see if I will be able to do this for my website. Not because my website requires Elixir, but the other projects will be written or written in Elixir, and I should be able to coordinate them. Okay, but since it's been a while since I been around in the tutorial, and I always like to revisit the oh my god the basics. Um, it's always good to get acquainted with the sites. I have a new setup because my monitor, external monitor, is not working. Okay, and now I am. That's why you are seeing it this way and not from the laptop. Now the laptop is here, and I have a keyboard on the laptop. So I will be doing this, and probably in the near future I will get back. So that's why I wanted to exercise two things at the same time, going throughout the Elixir tutorial and get some mechanics in this setup in which I am using the keyboard. Okay, and let's get started. I already have installed Elixir. Uh, I have some videos in relation to installing Elixir, to installing Erlang, and people seems to like how to install things. So this time it's all about written code, Elixir code. I am a Java developer, but I like programming languages, and I found Elixir quite interesting. Okay, so let's go through this thing. Introduction, welcome. This guy will teach you about the Elixir fundamentals. Okay. Then you install the your system Erlang and Elixir, and here's the installation page. And then you get into the this thing, interactive mode, which is the REPL, and they start writing code. So let's start writing code. We are going to exercise these things and you just copy paste 40 plus 2 is equals to 42. There are repos like Scala in which they have a value. Yeah, they have some intermediate value that you can call again reuse over here. That's from SML. You don't get to write semicolons. Let's see if they are optional or not. Knowing a programming language it's all about writing, typing, and experimenting. And we are very great in writing the semicolon, and you can write, you can type semicolons, but they are optional. Okay. Then we have the concatenation symbol. That's right. Let's be patient. Where is it? You see, I'm saying that I'm getting acquainted with this setup. Okay, and then the concatenation, which is this symbol. I was taking this training. In which the instructor online training, by the way, free online training. And the instructor was saying that syntax is not important. Not at all. It is important, but they are just facts. It is more important the computational thinking, but still, we should be able to memorize some things at least, and then look for some API particularities. Let's stop talking. Please note some details might differ. Okay, you get out. You quit or you exit by typing 2 times C, even when it's here says abort. Continue C. Okay, let's press and nothing happened. So that's why they decide to go with Control C 2 times, and you're out. Let's get in again. If you're out, you get into the REPL again, because why would you want to be out, right? Running scripts. After getting familiar with the basics of the language, you might want to try writing scripts. And they have on this example, you can exercise it if you want. All right, let me see if you can see this. My God, my terminal. Hopefully, yes. What is it? Where is it? Okay, now you can take a look at this. It says simple.xs with an S. This is to be interpreted. If you don't have the S over here, only have X, it is by convention to be compiled. And let's type again and say, okay, a simple access. You can use Visual Studio Code if you want to, but it will take us to some extensions, install some language server protocol, probably. We can exercise that. It's a good material for the channel. So let's try this, and we are just typing. We are not thinking. You see? Not thinking, just typing. Why? Because this is how you build muscle memory. I heard that in another training course by another computer scientist. And we get out of here, and then we interpret. We interpret this thing, and it says hello world from Elixir. And then if you're learning, you can go in here and say, should I remove the parentheses? And instead write a space. And let us see if that works. So now experimenting. Okay, we enter the B again. And it works. So it seems like you can have both the parentheses and they are optional. You are applying a function. As you can see, I don't have syntax highlighting for Elixir, and I do have some videos with NBeam. This is the V editor, and it's at some point I use NBeam. It's a good idea to concentrate in one simple thing. What my life has been all about, wondering, which I don't know. But still, I managed to get a lot, uh, not a lot, but some things under my belt. So later we will talk about the, I don't know, the compilation. I won't lie to you. I did this 3 years ago. And I took my time. I don't rush. But in here I am just revisiting to get acquainted as quick as possible so I can come here to the umbrella projects and see what they are all about, but have at least exercised this for an hour. And I decided to share it with you in case you are looking for to be entertained in your lunch, or I don't know. So basic types, here it is. We have the integer, and they do have this hexadecimal integer, this notation with 0x. And a homework for you, which number is this? I don't know. They had float numbers. They had Boolean. Let's use the REPL and write true. And it says true. But they are commenting here the type, so we can do that too. Which takes us to how you write comments in Elixir. You see, with this symbol. Atom, this is some values that their value is the same as their symbol. Elixir, string, list, and tuple. This is cool. We will write this, to put in our heads. We have lists which are quite. All right, tuples with braces. 1, 2, 3. No semicolons. 1, 2, 3. Brackets and braces. Basic arithmetic. You can perform basic arithmetic in Elixir. 1 plus 2. And these oh my god, look at, I'm going to use this instead. Have a look. It is rounded to 5.0. Let us one thing. Okay, so this is not is performing, is operating on these integers, but it's the result is a float. 2.5 is not rounded. Okay. Oh, how do you say rounded? All right. So we don't see any double over here. Where is double? I don't have. We will find it probably. Okay, notice that returned a float instead of an integer. Okay. This is expected in Elixir. The operator always returns a float. If you want the if you want the integer, then they have this. So let's go out. Clear the screen. I'm not sure. Andrew, are you seeing this? How can I put this together? Oh. Oh my god, look at this. We're wasting an hour here. Let's move this. Oh, look at Windows. This is great. Now we have, now let's see how it looks. I'm not sure if you're seeing the tutorial now. Probably I am over here. My face. And then we can write clear. And they are using these functions. we are exercising. We get into Elixir. Did all right. Can you do this in Elixir? Yes. Can you do this in Elixir? No. So it works with parentheses, all right? Parentheses and the arguments, and then without parentheses and the arguments, and then without parentheses, without the comma, and it says, oh, what's this? What's this number two? I don't know him. So there is a concept that I would like later. But in here they are able to do it. Oh, well, there is comma. Okay, and they have the reminder. Let's use the reminder. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, we can use the up arrow. Pressing the up arrow. Okay, we will see if there are another repel or an enhancement. And it says notice that Elixir allows you to drop the parentheses without invoking the function. More advanced, blah blah blah. I already read this years ago. We are now just in 1 hour to try to see what's in here. However, the prefer. Here's a good thing. We should adhere to the best coding practices that they have established, so our code, the code that we type, it's aligned with the code that it's out there in the projects. Binary, octal, and hexadecimal numbers are supported, and this is binary, this is octal, hexadecimal. This is the prefix for binary, octal, hexadecimal. Great. If you're into numeric computing, probably you will use this. Other than that, I don't know. Float numbers require a dot followed by a list, and we already see that. And they support this scientific notation. We won't write this. Floats in Elixir are 64 bits precision, so there are no doubles. Now I'm going back to this. So you just need to put your side over here. All right, let's clear again. I'm not sure if in Elixir we have some CLS command. Clear command probably submit an issue in their repo. Rounds to okay, rounds is to like do you know why it's 3 instead of 4? It's a question for you to answer. And in here is 4, so what's round doing? And then trunk 3 and 1, it's 3. And they have is integer different data types. We will learn elixirs, predicate functions to check whether the value is integer. Okay, all right. Can we autocomplete with tab is in tab. Oh, you will have to write to okay. Look at this. Is integer true? Is integer true? Look at this. We have an error. It didn't like the boolean or the bool, and that's so it's only working on numbers, whether float or integers. I'm not sure if you are seeing this. Is false. It's very dark. Let us see over here. It's boolean. Some language says bool. Okay, false is float is number, but they aren't talking about bool. Booleans and nil. Elixir supports true and false as booleans, and we have this operator, which you know. Right. Or no, these are is Boolean. Do you think is Boolean works on integers? Yes. Let's wait. Okay. True and true. Okay, you need to get familiar with the logical operators. How do you write them? Some language are like this, and in here is with and. True and true. You need to know if most likely they are implemented as short circuit is Boolean false. An exception if you don't. Okay, short circuit operators. Where is not? Not true. All right, right. Oh, we have a sections right over here. Right. I like what's raise. What can how can we put this? This error will never rise. No, yeah, we are just writing a message. Message, and it was a runtime error. Nil, the absence of a value. Oh my god! Again, these symbols are here. You see, or and not. But in here, they have and or and not, and they have this nil, the absence of a value, probably null for others, false and nil for these operators, for these three. False and nil are considered falsy. Where have you heard these words again? Most likely on JavaScript. Probably, I don't know how to write. Well, everybody can. I don't know systems programming, but they do have in C that you can compare by numbers. A lot of values are considered truthy. Okay, what is the meaning of this is that these operators can be used to perform some logical evaluations. If you do one or true, you get an error. Or if you say, I want to use one, I want to use one. And you get your true. And we learn from the evaluation that one is truthy. So false and nil are falsy, and all other values in the world are truthy. That means that hello, true should be true. And it says hello. Why do you think that happened? If they say you can operate on this and these are short circuit values, this didn't get evaluated. So the result that you get from this is the value that you are using on the side. Now, let's interchange and that thing. And now it's true. So careful with this. If you are expecting Boolean result, Boolean result, when you're using these operators and not, let's see how they have this. Not hello, false, not false, not nil, true. Okay, now, and they have this session. that we have just experimented. The only thing you can get acquainted with something is doing it like 8 hours a day, and you will become an expert. But there is no other way. So not such a thing as being a genius. Similarly, zero and empty string falsely are also truthy in Elixir. Okay, these two are truthy in Elixir. You can memorize that and be some kind of the person to go, the expert to go. He knows everything about Java. He knows every single thing about Python. It's cool, but you can always rely to the web search engine or dedicate yourself to problem solving. It's up to you. You are a free person in the world. As a rule of thumb, use and or and not when you're expecting booleans. We have just mentioned that. If any other arguments are not booleans, this is the way to go. You can put this in a book. You know, you can memorize this. Atoms. An atom is a constant who values its own name. We say that. Some other language calls these symbols. They are often useful to enumerate or distant value. And we can write this. We get out of the clear the screen and go back. We are wasting too much time. Apple. And we have enough. We got the concept. Atoms are equal if their names are equal. Is apple equals to orange? Match error. We have expecting a false. And they say match error. What do you think happens? Look at this. It's over here. Oh, we have this as is integer, is boolean. You saw that. Now we have is atom because true and false are also atoms, even when they are written without the colon. Which we should type the information is now in our brains, at least for today, and probably tomorrow we will forget about it. Hopefully not. Uh, things should be done on a daily basis. These things, these things. I'm just being silly here. An example is skip for a person to a nil. Nil is an atom. Nil is an atom. Is atom. True. String. I'm going to copy paste this instead because I don't know the ASCII code for this symbol. The string elixir are delimited by double quotes and they are encoded in UTF-8. And we paste it. You can concatenate with this. We did it. String interpolation is important and it's performed with this symbol. Okay, let's do that. String equals false. Hello, babe. It's a song from I don't know 1950s. I don't even remember. The string concatenation requires both sides to be a string, but interpolation supports any data type, and they have number 42. Look at this, beautiful. A string interpolation, remember this pound and the braces. A string can have line breaks. With this symbol that you know from elsewhere. But you can have I mean the result will have this symbol, but you can omit it over here. Hello. Well, hello. Well, and you got your new line over here. You can print to the screen with this module, which I happen to have a video that I have started trying to get people into programming, but I decided to stop and rethink how I will be delivering that information because it was 1 hour long and people will get bored. Okay, so I need to find how I can present the information. And you receive an OK atom from this. But when we use the V editor, we didn't get the OK. The same Elixir are represented internally by contiguous sequences of bytes known as binaries. Strings are sequences of bytes known as binaries. Sequences of bytes known as binaries. Number of bytes in that string is 6, even though it has 5 graphemes. This grapheme takes 2 bytes to be represented in UTF-8. Okay, you have this model correct lengths, and it gives you 5. And byte size will give you the number of bytes. And length will give you 5. Upcase, string module contains a bunch of functions that operate on strings. And we put string and yeah. We wrote a string that hit tab and here is everything. Add char contains duplicate first last back chunk donkey ends. Break capitalized code. And we have upcase, which is not here. But it is okay. This we probably could avoid this because it's upcase. That will capitalize the argument. A structural comparison provides these comparators, these operators. So, comparators, these operators. Operators is from Java. Comparison operators. We can compare numbers. Equals, not equals, less than. You know this. You can. Okay, I'm getting disconnected from the internet. I don't know why always I have this nonsense happening. It's nonsense, like Friday it was the same. 1 hour without being able to reach a compute instance. And the cloud provider was operational according to the website. So I don't know. Okay, let's this is nonsense. Let's finish. It's all about having this operator that is famous in JavaScript. You compare the type also, right? Integer, float, false. Structural comparison for more information. You can become an expert by reading the structural comparison. Look at this. Oh, these are the another functions. All right, we finished. Listen tuples. Square bracket. And Elixir uses square brackets to specify a list of values. It's a linked list. Values can be of any type. This is important. This is important. In there are programming languages in which they all the all the types, all the values have to say that a type, not in Elixir. Uh, through through three. Look at this. And you have your functions. Have a look. For a string, we did have to write a string of case. Okay. And for lists, we don't have to type this. We have to. Let us see if we can. Most likely, we will find ways to import a string. But length exists by itself, or it is loaded when you run the thing. Right? Only this arrives and you run the EX, this arrives, the module gets. You can become an encyclopedia of this. Two lists can be concatenated or subtracted with this plus plus, minus minus. You might be tempted to do things like this when learning. I saw one training course which people were asking to the instructor, hey, can you please provide the code, because you weren't able to copy paste the code. And the instructors someone said, type the code. That's how you learn, how you memorize. We pasted the code and we are missing the experience of writing this operator. If you don't want to type, you can type one list element and type the operator, which is the important thing. And you see, okay, it's concatenating the list. And type the empty list is the empty list. Mm-hmm. Where is my... All right, and then the minus. You can avoid this if you want to, because they will subtract this true false. But there is one important thing here. True false. Which true false? We have true, false, true, and the result was 1, 2, 3 true. So this is not an instinctive, natural. Perhaps you will be expecting something else, that this true and false should be consecutive and only have this. But what it does, according to the result, is okay, I will get rid of this, I will get rid of this, and I will give you 1, 2, 3. And you will say, why you didn't get rid of this and this? You can question everything. List operators are modified in 16 lists of list and immutables. It returns a new list. Okay, Elixir data structures are immutable. Immutability leads to clearer code. Do you think that? Do you agree with this? How does relate immutability to a piece of code being clearer? I suppose they want to say that you can reason. Probably I'm being pedantic. Sorry, I'm not like that. let's accept this premise or this thing, right? But I suppose that clearer code is more related to another set of parameters instead of immutability. Immutability, I think, is not related to reasoning, but you reason better when you have clearer code. All right. This really pass the data around with the guarantee no one will mutate in memory. Only transform it. Through the tutorial, we will ask aloud the hidden tail of list. We ask these functions are prominent. So let's get. I can't believe another interruption. I don't know if you're seeing this. I'm not sure. Why is it? What's happening? You know, like. Okay, so we have. You know this good stuff. Well, you're into the group, you know, and then oh my god, like we have the list, and we have one, two, three, and you ask for a head. You ask for the head, and you provide the list, and they give you one, which is the head. And then you say, give me the tail of the list, okay? And you get two, three. So you get the list wasn't modified. Getting the head or the tail of an empty list throws an error. You can probably say why I want the head of an empty list. But you know, probably that's related to some computational thing, no? You know, like why an error. Errors were found. First argument, not a non-empty list. Erlang. This comes from Erlang. Not a non-empty list. And you can try to understand this. Not a non-empty list. But overall, it's all about HD is not head is not defined by the in for an empty list. And you see that we got a different error because we are in 28th. Sometimes you will create a list and will return present value by this. And you here understand, you still understand me? I think I'm talking babbling, I don't know that word. Sometimes you will create a list and will return a code value. You know, like this tilde. And see, for example, let's type this. Getting that. Look, we have 11, 12, 13, and we got this. We have 3, 2, 1, and we got the numbers. Let's put 100, 200, 300, and we have the numbers. What's happening? What's the difference now? Let's use 25, 26. Now let's use again this over the tens. Oh my gosh. And we get the numbers. Now let's use this 21. And we get the numbers. So it only. Oh my god. We have 13 minutes. I don't think it's important for you to see me right now. We only have 10 minutes, barely 10 minutes. We have another example that copy pasting. Why are we copy pasting? Because this is not code. These are numbers. The only code in here is this bracket and this bracket. Okay, so we can copy and paste. Oh my god! Hello. Do you know the where I'm trying to figure it out? I think these are related of these being characters. Do you remember? Let's do 64. Oh, we got it. If you put a number, you know, just do your experiment, spend some time, 100, 200, and you get this. Then more numbers, more numbers, more numbers. And find out that at some point, it's getting some, I don't know, rain. It's not raining. 64, we got this add symbol. These are escape lines. Okay, probably this is return. Let's read over here. And sometimes you will create a list and will return a code value like this, for example. And we got it. When Elixir sees a list of printable ASCII numbers, Elixir will print that as a char list. And we have another term. Oh my god, we have more another term, char list, and we have byte size, and we have binary. I don't know, some. Remember in the previous uh, section, grapheme. This is not related to Elixir. This is for linguistics, but there are something here is binary. Okay, sequences of byte known as binaries. Strings are represented internally by contiguous sequences of bytes known as binaries. Get this. Because we have another thing. Char list. Literally a list of characters. Char lists are quite common when interfacing with existing Erlang code. Okay, quite common. Interfacing with Erlang code. Whenever you see a value in X and you are not quite sure what is it, you can use the I to retrieve information about it. This is great. Whenever you see a value in EX and you are not quite sure what it is, you can use I to retrieve. We use the I with a 5 and we get a term 5. There are data type. This is great. This is amazing. You know, knowing the data type. Here is quite a value that you can say it's an integer. The thing can get complex for an expression over here. So knowing this is cool. Let's have this. And it seems like it's evaluating the thing, it integer. When we learn about functions over here, especially this one, this will be cool to have to know. So remember that. And it's a list. Again, it didn't work for us. Why? Because there is this thing. So be careful. Look at this. We have a space which is not part of the syntax expression either. Then we have this, I don't know, we remove the space and it says data type list with a description, okay. But this is the important thing, list, raw representation and the numbers. And the protocols which we are going to see. If you want to do this with me, let's do it for an hour a day. But I wanted to finish today this, but I got stuck by explaining probably what I did want. What my intention was just to be quiet, not talking, and do my thing like to going faster, typing, and knowing Elixir like this. Read for myself. But what's the point? I mean, why do you want? I don't know. I decided to want to. I if I go that way, why do a live session? Instead, let's suppose someone is having a lunch, some expert, and say, "Ha ha ha, this guy, ha," and eat something, at the same time, having a good time. We will talk more about checklist in binary string checklist chapter. You can also use hello to build checklist, but this notation has been self-deprecated in Elixir, and we will emit warnings in future version. Prefer this one. Okay, get this too. In the past, they were able to do this. And if you get a job with Elixir, some people uh, will get the chance. Will get the chance to work with legacy code. There is this book by Mando Fox. I already recommended this book, which I haven't finished reading. Salzburg. Yeah, and these guys in this book says you will get to work with legacy codes almost 100%. So you will find this thing, and you can replace it by this. You can, I mean, I can go through right now to an open source Elixir and look for these chart list, and hey, here's my contribution. Okay, but most probably they already fixed it in those projects. Let's copy paste this. Tuples. Elixir uses curly brackets to define tuples. Like list, tuples can hold any value. It can be anything. Mm-hmm. You create a tuple with braces. Hello. And you have this function tuple size. I don't know what you want to write it. Something out to complete. I'm just writing one value. Okay, get it right. Tuples store elements contiguously in memory. I can't make a PDF say to get it right, people, and come up with all these things, all these facts, little facts, and sell these PDFs for $1 if you want to support me. I can do that. Get it right, people. Get it right in Elixir. Have this. This means, by having, this is the effect. This means accessing a tuple element by index or getting the tuple size is fast operations. Indexes start from 0, and here they are having this ln, and Hello, and the tuple size is 2. Most likely you will be searching for these functions. It is also possible to put an element at a particular index in a tuple. Okay, hello, and it will be okay world. Okay, although they replaced let us let's get rid of this tuple. Okay, hello. Okay, we already write it. I can copy paste it. Tuple put element on the tuple. Now I'm going to write 2 instead of 1. Let us see what happens. And it says, so you can insert on tuples like by position like this. This is silly. And someone will say, why is this guy crazy or what? No, but you have to try experiment, see what happens. The computer didn't explode. So it's all about in the existing elements. Now let's use 0 instead. Well, hello. Alright, people, and as always, tuple gets unmodified. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at this. Tuple. And they have a discussion. List or tuple? What's the difference between? Okay, time's up. Let's finish this section. So we can see pattern matching and case con tomorrow. But I suppose I don't need to go. I mean, in all honesty, why will I wait 10 days in which we exercise the entire tutorial as we did today? We can exercise the entire tutorial if you wish. And we can, I don't know, just, nobody is watching this. But I'm not waiting until 15 days to finish this. I'm going right over the umbrella projects and see what's in here and there. But let's finish this. But we can come back tomorrow and do the pattern matching and case count and if. These two tomorrow and this until we finished and said we have a series in which we exercise in which we were talking while typing the things in the Elixir tutorial. So let's finish. What's the difference between lists and tuples? What's the difference? Come on. They can hold the same different data types. Lists are stored in memory as linked list. You know, in some programming interviews, these things comes, but like in the traditional imperative way to process this linked list in the traditional imperative way, and you don't get to put your solution. I don't know. Let's stop talking and concentrate on this. Lists are stored in memory as linked list, meaning that each element in a list holds its value and points to the following element until the end of the list is reached. This means accessing the length of a list is a linear operation. We need to traverse the whole list in order to figure out its size. Probably you should stop here. Lists are stored in memory as linked lists, and you know all of this. If you don't, here it is. Similarly, the performance of list concatenation. Okay, you know all of this. We will come back to the minus, to the subtraction of list to get it internalized. We will end with that. Tuple store elements contiguous in memory. Are stored contiguous in memory. This means getting the tuple size of the element by index is fast. Okay, this is on the other hand, updating or adding an element to tuples is expensive because it requires creating a new tuple in memory. But this doesn't say. It doesn't mention the same for this, but you can imply it. Not, however, the elements themselves are not copied. When you update a tuple, all entries are shared between old and the new tuple, except for the entry that has been replaced. But these are how the language is implemented. But it's good to know it so you can write performance code. This one applies to most data structures in Elixir. Dictates the usage of those data structures in a nutshell. Lists are used when the number of elements returned might vary, and tuples have a fixed size. Look at this split. And we have a split. Probably you know this from your favorite programming language. It is also very common to use tuples and add-ons to create tagged tuples, which is a handy return value when an operation might succeed or fail. File read. Okay, here they saying that you can use tuples to have the the status and the result. If the path begins to file exists, it returns a tuple with an atom. Okay. Elixir allows us to pattern match. Okay. Okay, you're getting the first element 0, 1 of the tuple. Okay. However, given you often don't know the number of elements in a list, there is no built-in equivalent for accessing arbitrary entries in a list, apart from its head. Size or length. When counting the elements in the data structure, Elixir also abides by a simple rule: the function is name size. If the operation is in constant time when counting elements in a data structure, size operation in a constant time, the value is pre-calculated. Or length if the operation is linear. Calculating the length gets slower as the input grows. As mnemonic, both length and linear start with an L for your interview. For example, we have used 4 counting functions so far. Look at this, I was about to go back in the tutorial or yeah and ask you as a homework Homework nice you as a way to interact with you. So is this linear or is this constant? And it says size, tuple size, length for the list and string length for the number graphics. Chip operation size between the number of micrographs and might be expensive that is realized. Now that we are familiar with the basic data types in the language, let's learn important construct for writing code before we discuss more complex data structures. Okay, let's finish with this to internalize what's going on in here. Sorry. And let's remove 3 and 5, 1 and 5.